builds his Trinity Force. All of that synergy to play around. A tough task for Gen G day one. See how they do as we hop onto the Rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
It
like
will do that. I don't know if it'll make a meaningful difference, but we'll have to see.
It's like having a life vest on a speedboat. You know, if you fall out of the boat, I mean, you're probably going to be a long way away from the boat. Okay. So, not surprising that he's diverted back to her once again, even though she hasn't been her same priority level. And Canyon going to meet Ona potentially. As Ona lying in wait. Ooh, let's see whether Canyon is still close by. Ooh, we will land the snare, does Faker. But Ona, no follow-up just yet. Chicken's coming on through. Ona's position going to be given away. There's a crash down. Does find a little bit of a knock-up. And of course, Lehens is here. Flag and drag. Ona looking to escape. See whether he does risk going for a bit of a contest. But with that Scryer's Bloom going off, he knows that things are looking a little bit dangerous. And yeah, Shattering Strike Smite is pretty difficult to steal against.
Yeah, so Lehens, instead of backing, they stayed in lane, made sure that Guma and Carrick couldn't get too quick of a crash in, so the pace could actually catch the full wave, and then
it's
eroded. And it is in fact happening. We are getting. We were wondering why this was going to be the case, when it would, if and when it would happen. And T1 are bringing out the double support item.
And Ona looking about grabbing himself some Kevins here, as we can see.
Just gonna
or
give
the Void Bubs.
Different names every single time.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm seeing which one feels better. You know, that's how you do it. That's how you learn.
Cycle for all of them.
Yeah.
Interestingly, Canyon actually not going to go for the grubs here. Instead, opting to go towards Dragon. Rel is one of the best at clearing them because she can break shields. So they die very rapidly.
So far, we have first Dragon equals victory 50% of the time. Yeah,
like
I'm never going to feel safe after that game.
Okay, that's fair. On your end.
I live in the same apartment complex as Achilles, right? So it's tough. Okay, all out. Underneath this turret here is Zeus fighting this Cassante, and I think that he wins the long fight. Even tanks a turret shot and still feels no worse for wear.
FaZe fortunately does have his blue gun, so at the very least he'll be able to stay in a decent space, but again, he's not going to be able to withstand the power, and it's going to have to back here, so this is a pretty big sacrifice they make for only 3 grubs. Don't even get the full package, because the owner got the first rotation, and now that gold lead is only going to get bigger.
So 3 apiece for both teams. Not going to have any Void Mites this time. It's Chovy looking to deliver something to Zeus here. He's burning down, but I don't think it's really going to be a thing that works out. Faker teleports in, collects himself first blood against Keen. And that first one did not work out. So we'll just see how it goes. Lehens going to get caught out of position here by Faker, but does have Mikhail's done. And Gen G, it feels like they do have to do something. Pressure going to be on. And Chovy is going to answer that call just a little bit here. Fast bomb coming out. Big one going to miss. As Faker gets underneath this turret. He's not out of the woods just yet, though, as Canyon making his way in. He gets smoked. There's a Pop Blossom. Throws Canyon into the sky. Crash down. Going to be avoided there by Faker, who goes the other direction. Finds the snare. The Blooming Burst come down, but Chovy was given enough time. And he'll come on over and take the kill. A bit of time has been bought, though, so that means that the Rift Herald will go over to T1.
But one has to wonder, will there be enough? As there is the Blood Song, as we did expect. Quest is done.
Yeah, he's got the Cyclo Sword as well, going for the build that he went for in game number 1. There's All Out coming on in here. Zare's taking a lot of damage. This time, Gwen not as immune. However, if you don't hit him with a lot of stuff, he just runs away. Ghost was employed, and Zeus will be just fine.
You are going to have to hit those rockets if you don't want to get the most out of the Corki. Manamu not quite done yet. But yeah, that was not real Faker, but still, more poke is landing, and now it's starting to stick.
Is scary, yeah. Faker, still a minion. He's committed. Committed to the minion playstyle. And that is not the real one. Going to be backing away. But Chovy, if he continues to land these rockets with 2 items, really is starting to become a bit of a problem here. Pays with red-white. Decent amount of ammo. Will have enough for any potential fights that do come up. And secured by Canyon. Pop Blossom finds 3 from Faker, and there's the Flag and Drag as well. The option is Pays. They're looking for him, and they will be able to get their prize here as now Gen G just running for the hills. Canyon, he should be able to walk his way out because Zeus has other things on his mind. Chovy has to flash to avoid both Zeus and Ona making their way down. Lehens gets to the safety of his turret. And Pays was taken in trade for the Dragon. Could have been worse, could have been better here as well for Gen G.
Take another look at the play here. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Look at that. Double or triple knock-up from Faker, and then the immediate double knock-up from Owner, while also ensuring that there's no counter-engage, because if Kenyon can counter-engage there with his Magnet Storm, completely losing control over this game.
Certainly could be. And okay, Gumiushi in a whole lot of trouble. He does have a campfire, and Chovy losing out. The full culling was what he had to contend with there, and isn't actually able to secure the kill. Does get the barrier. That's what they have done. They turned off this ward for a little while as the teleport is going to be committed here by Zeus. They just want a 5v5. And right now you can see Keen waiting a little bit. Doesn't have a forward ward to deal with here as Carrier just going to play defense, and they're too late. Canyon not going to be able to make it in time. Gets a control ward there just to watch the Baron die. Now trying to canter his way out of here on his pants. He will be able to do so. But Gen G just caught napping a little bit there. That is a very aggressive teleport as Faker doesn't find the Pop Blossom. In goes Keen, and Faker is now going to be all outed from this fight. Canyon gets his way out, or does he? Zona does find a flag and drag, and Faker is going to be the one to be taken down. Cozy Campfire's in there. This dragon is going to be secured, but now the teleport's coming in. Faker, no Pop Blossom, and there's the Cataclysm. They're trying to just keep them here as Zeus gets into the backline. Chovy makes it to safety, but I don't know whether the pace is going to be so late. Never mind. He just explodes him. And now Faker's in the pit with nowhere to go. A Gravitum comes down. Moonlight Vigil is going to connect, and Faker, he is so low. A big one to the back of the head from Chovy is going to secure it once again, and Gen G win out in multiple instances. As Carrier going to take a little bit of damage here from Keen, but not too much to worry about. Got a big old zoom out as there's the Cataclysm from Ona. Gets a huge amount of knockups as Keen now in a different spot. As there's the three-man Pop Blossom as Faker comes in. He gets exhausted, but it's still enough to get the kill onto the hands. The whole bottom lane's taken down. Snip, snip, snip goes Zeus. And there's the flag drag flash from Ona to secure Chovy. 4 on the ground for Gen G. T1 with the team fight.
And it feels even until it doesn't. Almost a clean ace here. Only Canyon is able to get out with his life. And T1, if they don't win the game at the very least, they are going to do critical damage to the structures. Lands up in a few seconds. I don't think he's going to have the opportunity. And T1, out of a game that felt like it had stabilized, find the first win in this best of 3.
Yeah, well, Canyon's going to try and do it again, but there goes the Nexus. T1! The world champions take down
Atlas.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 미니언 생성.
But now, I don't know if that's really going to be something you can do. They're actually using, that's really interesting, using the Udyr here to allow Owner to clear through the Raptor camp faster. They are going to win out with the passive. As Zeus doing what Udyr does, just having a great old time proxying.
Yep. Living his best life. We'll see what the build is going to be. Whether he's going to have the third unique one of the day. Would be very cool. As we had a little bit of damage mixed in from Zundin.
So Carrier doesn't have flash.
Was he just spotted? He was.
They did spot him. I don't know if it is going to matter, though. We'll see here.
All right, Chovy jumping on in as Ona turns up. Does find the reset, and there is the flash away from the Sonic Wave. Still, flash does come out, gets the thumbs up there from Chovy. As we can see, Canyon prioritizing some shellfish here. We'll see how he does. Yeah, that is going to be the secure. And gets his way out.
Okay, yeah, you know what?
You know how many years it's been?
I don't know what the opposite of preaching to the choir is, but that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you're preaching to the wall or something.
To the wall?
I'm not sure.
I think
what's on the other side of the choir?
I don't know.
All right. Oh, somehow Carrier threads that needle. Looking really nice. Zeus living his best life between the inhibitor turret and the inner.
From Zeus, who is
going all out. Zeus is going relatively low. He can press W for that shield, does do so, gets a whole bunch of his health back, and Keen has pressed so many buttons, and it has done next to nothing. Does call in the tree, as there's the Dawning Shadow, and first blood goes to Zeus! Oh no! Chovy should be able to get this kill, but I feel like the damage has almost been done. Oh, this is so silly. It's taking them forever! Oh, okay, Zeus will be taken down. The Arcane Smash going to help get some CC there. Oh, dearie me.
Starting to see why Udyr was banned.
Well, Owner is also going to find Chovy face checking this brush. Kick does come back. Faker also going to be delivered an assist. And even Zeus gets an assist on it.
Unfortunately, doesn't do it.
공급했다. 개 멋있다. 나이스. 얘 텔은 잠깐만.
We might get a translation of what he exactly
would be
said.
big, though.
Yeah, okay, Owner going to go in. Not going to be able to steal away the Drake. And now Gumyushi. Okay, Nature's Grasp going to come down. Twisted advance to try and push the Neela back. Gumyushi should die here. And they actually use the ultimate beautifully from Canyon. Make sure that the result isn't going to be there. Another Infernal Rift. 3 in a row. And Genji even out the kill score. So nicely done. Making me a little bit sad. I really want to see the Leandri's version. I want that circle to hurt, you know? As Canyon going to be punching Owner away. Finds a Twisted advance now.
No!
Corruption. Oh, the anti-synergy. Doesn't matter. Hey, he's still going to be able to grab that kill. So it's as if he landed the ult. Right, guys?
Didn't invest that much. Only the cleanse of Guma. Whereas Genji most definitely did.
Well, there's the Emperor's Divide used defensively here by Faker as Chovy gets on over there. There's the kill to start this one off. Nature's Grasp going to miss onto Owner. They got their target that they were looking for. T1 continuing to push though here as we head towards the mid lane, and Lehen's not going to stop this. Looks like Soul Point going to be the priority for Genji, but is sacrificing this inner turret. Red buff now going to be looked at here by Owner, but look at this. It's an inhibitor turret and an inner.
Guys?
I'm going to say almost not worse, as Chovy going to bust a shot Gumyushi away. He has a blast cone there. All out going to be used by Keen here as he finds Carrier. And Carrier nowhere to go. Oh, flashes into the wall. That is not what you're looking for. Almost a double kill for Keen as Gumyushi goes down as well. But the damage has kind of been done.
When you're out of combat for, I think it's 8 seconds at a time, you get extra lethality. So it's great for poke. It's great if you're something like Rengar that deletes people in first couple of seconds. Owner.
Yeah, he is going to get CC'd forever and die. So that blue buff kind of costing him just a little bit there, as we could see, and in fact wasn't able to secure that either.
You know,
blue rotating around Genji.
I think that was because of the new rift. It just takes some time to get used to.
And getting a setup around an objective is what this composition wants to do. As Canyon pretty far away from it for now. Nature's Grasp up and available once again. As Faker down to 50%. Owner lurking on a flank angle.
They can push for inhib. Genji needs to force.
Yeah, Zeus just trying to be annoying in that front line. Owner can get the kick into the back line. Empress Divide onto 2 as well. The Wombo combo's in. Lehens tries to get it done, but there is no Varus. There's no Tristana. And T1 have found yet another one, but Keen trying to find it. Does get a decent angle, but the Neela is still up and available, and she does so much damage. Lehens trying to get to his base, but once again, it's the T1 team fight. Don't think the game's over as much as it was in game number 1, but it's looking rough.
Still looking bad for Genji as T1 Owner. This entire game has looked, not great, but it doesn't matter. That play right there takes away so much agency from Genji. Disallows them to pick up a soul as Zeus laughs at you are Maokai and Rakan, you're not doing anything to me. You simultaneously, you completely kill the front to back.
Watching Varus, watching Varus.
Also does half of Tristana's health. Oh, focus Tristana, he says.
Owner just knows.
I think they could have tried, but they didn't want to take the risk.
Not wanting to opt into any sort of 50-50. It's not like a Rel situation like they had last time. As that's a nice little snare. As there's the flash into the backline, finds pace. The follow-up just not there though, as Chovy just says goodnight to Faker. And all out coming through once again here as Zeus going down low, but he's an Udyr. Low is a weird term to talk about when it comes to him. So, just to pick off here for Genji, and now they can slink back towards the Baron. try to pick that one up. Chovy going to get tagged by a Sonic Wave, but no follow-up available here.
Owner's still there.
Yeah, Canyon actually getting relatively low. Keen at full health because he just teleported back, but Pays possibly vulnerable.
Faker in 10.
We'll see whether they actually go for this one as the Baron getting lower and lower. Chovy auto-attacking it. And it looks like Gen G are a little bit split on the decision. There's the Q from Keen. It's big. It's Gumayusi, the apotheosis. And T1 will find the team fight. The Baron goes down. Yeah, Canyon manages to get that one. Chovy's still alive as Faker dead once again. And he gets the Baron. That is certainly good news. First death goes over to Canyon as the triple comes in. There is one Baron up for Gen G. But will the Nexus be there? Gen G, there's the Nature's Grasp. Everyone lining up behind the Udyr as the explosive charge does so much to Gumayusi. Dawning Shadow comes in. There is the Udyr going down, I'm sure. As Grand Entrance comes in, they pick off Faker once again. It's a double for Chovy, and Gen G may have just found it. They may have found another game as Gumayusi tries as he might, but it's not going to be enough. And Chovy now is on the onslaught. Structures, they bother him, and he is just cutting them down where they stand. 7-2 and 6 on the Tristana. They are not stopping here. First Nexus turret going to be taking down. Explosive charge doing so much damage. Owner and Carrier, I just don't think they're going to be able to stop this. As Gen G now getting to work on the next Nexus turret. In goes Owner looking for some sort of kick, but doesn't quite find it. Chovy able to take down Carrier. And there goes the Nexus. We're going to a third game. And Gen G are
playing Maokai for the second game in a row.
He is being a tree. You love to see it. Gen G a little bit more stock standard on the composition. Let's see how it goes. We hop into the Rift for game 3.
소환사의 극복에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 미니언 생성까지.
Didn't stop them from taking a victory in game number 2. We'll see whether they can use that momentum to move towards a victory. Keen, his last game was on Udyr as, oh dearie me, that's a flash from Carrier. He's still on fire. Hail of Arrows comes down. Lots of flashes coming in. He's underneath this turret, and there is first blood for Pays. Chovy taking 1 billion damage. They will be able to secure it. So, sweet 400 gold going over to Pays. Going to be feeling very good about that.
Azir's on the enemy team.
Yep.
As we're just 2v2ing mid now, I guess.
Yeah, seems to be the thing. It's an odd one. As we get Carrier to move on in here as well. Canyon is going to be fighting against Owner, who is a little bit outnumbered. As Lehens and Chovy moving on in. Scryer's Bloom show exactly what's going on. Ziggin and Zaggin is Owner trying to get himself safe, but it's just not going to work out. Knocked up and destroyed. Canyon going to be able to grab that one. That is going to be the second kill for Gen G. I almost said first blood. Because, you know, Carrier dying at level 1 there, not to be expected. That is 2 early kills here for Gen G.
And an attempt from T1. I don't know if it was trying to bait Gen G into some early play that didn't work out, or if they thought that they had the man advantage because Carrier was there. I think Lehens was still on vision as Canyon. He's not done. Zeus.
He is a
tree tempo. Wait,
tree on a mission. You can't lightning rush out of that one as Keen is relatively low, but there is a big old fiery storm around that small lightning rat, and he's going to be taken down. 3 now for Gen G.
Atlas, this is 80 cannon. He went lethal tempo and Berserker
yeah.
Greaves.
Oh, that's even better. Belveth doing her best to stay really far ahead in farm. That is what she's going to continue to do, as Carrier is going to get engaged on. Over the wall goes Canyon, and Carrier, I don't know whether he's getting out of this one. The ulti comes in, and Chovy says, thank you so much for our 4th one of the game. 1-0-2 on the Yone as well, as now even Gumayusi has to exit. Look at this gank squad. It's like Canyon and Lehens have been born to play with one another, you know, just roaming the rift. Looking to lock people down.
They needed to synchronize. Okay, that's what the first 2 games were for.
It was calibration.
Calibration. Linking up, Atlas. That's what we were waiting for. And right now, Gen G, 1k gold lead, looking quite good. Now, of course, by no means an unsurmountable lead. T1 still have a lot of tools available to them. Particularly, I think, when it comes to those mid-game skirmishes. But with Gen G is the one pulling the trigger first, they actually see chain not fair. Like,
oh no, it's ridiculous.
Between Maokai, Varus, Yone, and Rakan, you're not playing the game.
And the amount of safety that they have with this Unbound Soul, you saw
Canyon has
Chovy just
ultimate.
walks forward and says, Oni, you're not going home. You're staying here, 4 versus 3. A magical journey is going to come on through. They're just leaving Gumayusi to die, and he will do so. Chains of Corruption come in. Owner gonna try and dash his way out. Has a zag left, but it's the wrong direction still. He will be alive. Getting to work here. Zeus gonna move on down. Lehens has found a position here as they get a knock up onto Canyon. He's pretty tanky, but Owner now. Oh, he's given a magical journey. There it is. Canyon picks up that kill as Chovy's in trouble. Gets a shield, tries to get out, and he does. Oh my goodness. But the Kevins go to T1. And that is definitely a big deal. Ignore this if you're a T1 fan, because that means that it's going to be a very dangerous Varus on the bottom side of the map. But getting Kevin's control is certainly good.
So yeah, that's cool, but what happened with the magical journey is question number one. I'm not so sure. And secondly, Paze is gonna get a full turret Atlas.
Yeah.
He's 20 CS, 2 kills. I don't even want to know how many plates up against his direct opponent.
Oh my goodness, the full thing. Oh, okay. Well,
Riot would have been in a position where they are right now, or where T1 is right now, where it's looking kind of rough. In the third games, Chovy.
Bit of a knock up onto Chovy. He's going to return the favor in kind as he flashes on top of Owner, who goes stabby for a little while, and Carrier says, let's take a pause. That is going to come in. The curtains are called here by Gumayusi, but he's not finding too many of them. Keen turns up, and good night, Carrier. He's going to pay for his sins. Faker does find the Emperor's Divide. T1 are on the board. They figured it out, but Gumayusi is well and truly dead, and Owner, he gets away, but at what cost? Is Canyon?
It doesn't feel great, and normally you have like, but what if cannon? But it says 80 cannon.
Chains of Corruption. Stabby might need to be employed as Owner is just going to go down. That is the kill going over to Lehens, I believe, with a tick of Ignite. Just can't really get into his jungle, unfortunately.
Played.
And it's also like the composition from Gen.G doesn't open a lot of doors. As Lehens, speaking of which, is just going to look for Owner here. He is able to dish, dash, and dive away.
Nice.
As
wait.
Fate comes in. Nature's Grasp comes down as well as Faker does find the scoop onto Canyon, but he's not exactly the optimal target as Lehens is slinking away. Zeus finds it. With the last Q, the Shuriken will pick up Lehens there. So his first death of the game. Surprising, to be perfectly honest.
I'm pretty sure there is some bad things about to happen to the T1 members.
Yeah, Owner is just, he's flapping away. Yeah, he realizes that there's nothing he's really going to be able to do about this one. Faker is going to die. Paze now could be in trouble though, as the Tempered Fate not going to land on top of him, but that's Owner collecting the kill.
Hey?
That is a big old amount of gold for the shutdown as well. They are just going to clear out these traps, clear out these wards, try and make the map as dark as possible. I think getting towards a Baron, trying to take that one down, is going to be important here as Keen moving towards his bottom side. But the Baron damage isn't super high for Gen.G.
Oh. I'd argue it's low, in fact, because they don't have Keen, and even if they do, he's not building any of his Carrier.
Oh, Carrier could just be caught out here, and there he goes. Chovy collects it. Once again, just finding these pickoffs are Gen.G. Looks like they've gotten back off onto the front foot once again. As Gumayusi actually moving towards Lehens once again. That knock-up not going to land. That's T1. Find some vision once again. And Keen, just in a side lane. Being frustrating.
Guma has definitely been on the receiving end of a lot of pain, has been focused down aggressively, and Carrier has, I think, been struggling the most on T1 together with Owner in this specific game as Keen finds Zeus.
But Carrier does have Magical Journey. Is going to get a stun down there as well, as Keen getting shot quite a few times, and there it is. Gumayusi going to lock that one down, and Keen is a little bit too far forward with none of the rest of his team anywhere near to provide any sort of support, some value for this Bard as well. That Magical Journey allowing the response time for T1 to be so much accelerated. Vision going to be cleared here as Owner looking to rotate around. Carrier has already dove over the top with these Hex Gates as in goes Lehens. He finds Gumayusi, who immediately explodes. Nature's Grasp to come down as well. This is a guaranteed Hex Tech Soul, and T1 do not want to be around to see it. They're going to vacate the area immediately. Beautiful turn there by Gen.G, and they are looking to now just move over to this Baron and look to lock that one down as well. 5v4 should mean they'll have enough control to grab that one for themselves, but looking for a reset first.
Big game. As
Lehens is flashing in. There's the Tempered Fate. He just moves out of the way of it. Nicely done there to try and keep himself alive. Avoids the ulti from Chovy. He's dead, but he has avoided some stuff, and it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, already
He's
getting started
2
on
levels up. He has Axiom Arc.
Yeah, I mean...
That's not a new item, but you wouldn't know it. TP coming in.
Yeah, let's see whether T1 can mount any sort of defense. As in goes Chovy, unbinds the soul, and says goodnight to the cannon. Faker clearing out vision where he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to swoop in and do anything here, as the Bel'Veth has a blast cone available, gets into the pit somehow, and nails it! Okay, all right, Ona. Yes, you have the better smite button, 100%. He's going to be able to secure that one for T1, and you can see a little fist bump there as well. We'll have to see how much it actually means for the outcome of the game, but if T1 stay alive in this, I think that moment had almost everything to do with it.
They're not letting go, Atlas. They're clinging onto the game. Absolutely demolished.
All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. So how did all that damage happen? So 3K, it just got down to 79 HP and smoked it.
79.
So there you go. And you heard the shriek of the crowd here as well. That one gets taken down. Lahens is in a position on the map. It turns out that it was not a position that was very good for him to be in.
This game is going places, Atlas.
This game is going. That is absolutely true. Chovy is golden, and yeah, he's looking in a bit of trouble. Nature's Grasp to try and save him. Some flashes forward here as he gets a shield, but he is still going to go down, and Ona will possess him now. Looking for some knockups onto Canyon, and starting to unravel a little bit for Genji. Oh my, what? Oh, hello? Pays? It's a lot of damage.
Because they do have a somewhat unreasonable amount of control in this carrier.
I
guess it's fine.
Yeah, Genji just going to run away from him. There's Chains of Corruption, and he's dead.
Not fine.
No, he's not.
Take it back.
He is not fine, and Pays is gold, and then he is not. But the Elder is right here.
Okay, they're trying to set up a bait. Oh, they don't want to go, but they do!
There's the flash forward with the quickness. Chains of Corruption comes in, Tempered Fate to buy some space, but Ona is, very close to taking Lahens with him, but he will go down. And now, Chovy diving on forward. Keen is a brick wall, but he cannot withstand it for too long, with Faker and Zeus having some deadly autos to come on in there. There's the ulti, the sweep comes in from Faker, and he finds the kill onto the Udyr. Lahens has turned up yet again, and Pays just does so much damage. My goodness, you blink and you lose him, as the Elder is getting very angry. Teleport to come forward as Gumayushi Carrier. I don't think they're going to be able to do this by themselves. The rest of their team are dead. Chovy and Canyon.
That it?
Now looking to take this one down. Lahens and Pays hot on their heels. So it will be the Elder. Exodia on the table, 15 seconds until Baron. They are likely going to lose
30
this.
seconds. They
the amount
gotta
of
get this
siege
up.
potential is just absurd. You have Nature's Grasp available. It's so hard to engage onto Genji. See whether T1 can find any sort of way.
20 seconds.
Well, Ona down so incredibly low. And yeah, like you're talking about, it's all about the Elder. You engage onto that, and you just can't really do anything about it. As, a possible pickup onto Chovy, has to flash away. Lance is going to be taken down. Zeus now with the ultimate ticking. He does fall down, but the Empress Divide comes in. Keen is just gigantic. It's very difficult to take him down, as Canyon's going to be eviscerated. Pays does a lot of damage, but he needs a frontline, and T1 hold on. They are not able to protect their inner turret.
Faker's pushing by himself, though.
Yeah, trying to pick up some more bounties.
They need a buff. They can't alone deal with this.
All right, Tempered Fate is going to stop the teleport. That means the Faker is able to take down the inner turret. He could look for even more here. As the mini Kevins making their way in, Faker is just going to destroy
the Lich Bane!
He's had the Lich Bane this whole time. It's been there in his inventory. And the Udyr makes it back, but Faker is long gone.
Gary has the flash.
Well, this Elder is dead.
It's just gone.
It's really gone. Oh my god, that was so scary. That was so scary. Okay, Emperor's Divide coming on in here as Chovy gets over the wall. Faker does go into his Zhonya's, but look at even the hail of arrows tearing them apart.
No!
Faker, he gets eaten by the dragon, as now Keen and Zeus fighting, but Zeus is actually winning out on this one. Yeah, you can have your Elder buff.
They need to match Zeus.
He's
They
like
can't
Ash's
actually do
Pikachu.
anything. So Faker's dead. So the main wave clear is gone. So they're going to try and push through mid. Lahens is going to try and stop the backs, but he can't walk in because he can also very easily die to either Cannon or Bel'Veth. There's no Baron buff, mind you, so Genji needs to start an actual fight or poke T1 down. They do have Hextech, Soul, plus Elder buff. Second Elder buff.
Yeah, they don't have Baron just yet. They can back away and get that if they really want to add to it, but Ona could be caught out of position. Pays with his a million items. Raining down the arrows. In goes Lahens once again. There's the Wombo combo. They've taken down the Belveth as well, and I think this is the last gasp for T1. The last one's going to be an ultimate landing from Pays, which is a pretty beautiful way to end it here, as the last Nexus turret will go down and the Nexus will follow. Genji, after having so much control all game, it was an extraordinary...